It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more. Welcome back to Sidewalks Entertainment. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far. We're going to have something really fun here. We're going to actually meet an actress and belly dancer. You might have seen her in such thing as Star Trek. You remember that scene right there. We got Tanya Lemani. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. You know, this event is unbelievable. I see so many beautiful dancers, you know. It makes me proud of being a dancer. I really enjoy dancing myself, and I was working very, very hard trying to break into Hollywood, because Hollywood is very difficult. And I wrote a book, my autobiography, called Have Belly Will Travel. And there's all kinds of stories about how my career started. I was trained as a ballet dancer, okay? And somebody saw me, I was 16 years old, somebody saw me doing ballet, and they offered me a job. They said, you know what? In Las Vegas, we're doing a show. Would you like to dance? I go, yes. And they offered me like $200 a week. In those days, this was in the 60s, in those days, it was a lot of money, plus a room with a roommate. I go, yes, dancing, getting paid, you know. So I show up at the Flamingo Hotel looking for ballet dancers. They look at me and they go, no ballet here. Tomorrow they're opening a belly dance show, okay? And I go, belly dance? My father is going to kill me if he finds out. Anyway, they talked me into it, and I did the show. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was in the background looking at all the other dancers, you know. Then the next one, I did a solo with Pinky Lee, who was a famous comedian at the Desert Inn. After that, I came back to Flamingo Hotel again and had my own show. I started my own belly dance show. After that, I got all these offers on television and movies, dancing and acting, because I'm an actress, trained actress. I did a lot of plays, and I started doing all these television shows from Get Smart, It Takes a Thief, Flying Nun.
That was mainly belly dancing on those?
No,
oh, no, you did
acting, okay. And then, of course, I was so lucky to work with Elvis Presley.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, 68 comeback special, okay? I was Little Egypt, and I got to know him. We became friends. He was amazing, amazing, gorgeous, talented human being, okay? And I really, really very sad that we lost him so early in his career. Last year I was at the in Memphis for 50th anniversary. So I was up there on stage talking about Elvis, all my little stories. Then I did a little dance. And everywhere I went in Memphis, I was surrounded by people following me. I felt like a big movie star, you know? So I worked with the greatest, like Bob Hope.
Yeah, I heard.
Some people today, they don't know who Bob Hope was.
Well, a lot of people don't know. I had an intern, they didn't know who Johnny Carson was.
Exactly. I was actually on Johnny Carson's show one time. And Gregory Peck, and I don't know. I can't even remember. James Coburn, on and on and on. If you go on my website, Tanya Lemani, .com, you'll see all kinds of photos and credits that I worked in. So I'm very proud to be a belly dancer and an artist.
So when people see you, do they think you as more belly dancing, or do they still think you as an actress, or both?
I think both, because people know me for both, especially in the theater and movie business. They know me as an actress. They also know me as a belly dancer, because that's how I broke into the business.
So the belly dancing was first and then acting?
Yes,
Okay.
because when I was in Vegas and that happened, then it started the ball rolling, and I started doing all kinds. I had an agent. My agent was like, I thought he was 100 years old, but he wasn't. But he looked like 100, he was so cute. And he used to drag me around in the studios without any appointments. And he got me working. He got me working. He was a beautiful, beautiful person, So, I don't know. I'm just a very happy person. I'm blessed to have. Now I'm an author and a screenwriter.
Okay.
Yeah. My book, my autobiography is called Have Belly Will Travel. And I'm doing my next book. So.
Give a little hint of what the next book is about?
Oh, my next book is about my parents, who were from Russia, and they were little kids and experienced all this horrible times that changed the whole political and social lifestyle in Russia, where they took control. It started with a world war, and then it went into socialism, and because people thought that it would be better, but unfortunately it wasn't. Because it went into communism, and communism, Bolshevik took control of everything. They took away people's properties. They wouldn't let you pray or go to church, and Russian people were very spiritual, and it was very difficult for them. So my parents experienced that. And my book starts with my mother being 5 years old, loving her father, who was an officer in a white army, okay? And when this Bolshevik took over, he was in hiding because they lost to the Reds. The whites lost to the Reds, and it became communism. And communists, they announced that it's okay to come out of the hiding because everything is forgiven. We're all Russians, they said. When he came out, he was taken into custody and put into this big warehouse with a lot of other ones. And my book opens with my mother, 5 years old, has a vision at 5 in the morning and start talking about her father. She says, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy's in a big room. Oh, Daddy's writing something on the wall. Daddy's friend's writing something on the wall. And, then she says, there's bad guys with guns. They come, they're hitting the Daddy and his friends. They're pushing them out. Oh, they're lining them in front of the ditch. Oh my God, they're shooting them. They're falling into the ditch, Daddy fell down, and she starts screaming. Her mother tries to wake her up. She says, you had a bad dream. Well, after a while, her mother, my mom, my grandmother, found the warehouse where he was held and found the letter on the wall saying, please take care of Valentina, which was my mother's name. And it was exact date and exact time that my mom had that vision. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's how my book starts.
Well, I was going to say, because I thought that was the whole entire book. You just gave it all away.
No, no, no. That's just the beginning, just the beginning.
That's a very long chapters right there.
That's a very beginning. There's so much more that is going to be in that book, and how we wound up, well, not me, but my parents wound up in Iran. Yeah, I was born in Iran, and I came here when I was 12 in America. So I'm very blessed to be an American. I love this country. I love this country.
Well, we love having you here.
Thank you.
When did you start the belly dancing and then into acting? What year? How old were you?
I was 16.
You were 16, so okay.
16 years old. But before that, I already started in theater. Yeah.
So you started when you were a little baby.
Yeah. As soon as I started walking, I was dancing, and I was acting.
Now,
Yeah.
here's something strange. We've interviewed a lot of Star Trek people on this show, all the actors and even some of the supporting players who maybe appeared on one episode. You're in that category. I don't think you had a line, but you're in that category of people who've been in the Star Trek family. You appeared in the original series. I think it was called Wolf in the Fold.
Yes.
I think that was the Jack the Ripper episode with
Yes.
Scotty.
Yes.
And you belly danced on there.
Yes.
For the Star Trek fans, what was it like doing that?
It was a job. You know, it was just a job, okay? However, once I got into working on it, I really, really had a great time meeting all the guys. They were wonderful. And Scotty, which was my love interest in this, and we had a great scene and few lines and
that's
everything.
right. You did.
Yes.
He took you outside, right?
Exactly.
And then, spoiler
Yeah.
alert,
Yes.
you died. That's
know.
right. You were in the opening sequence.
Right, right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And after that, I was dating Shatner. So we had a great...
In real life?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of those stories in my book.
Now, did you meet Shatner because he was starring in Star Trek, or did you know him beforehand or somewhere?
Actually, I met him before in another movie where I was a slave girl, and he was he was a Greek Alexander the Great.
Of course.
It was Alexander the Great. He was gorgeous. Oh my God! And I was very, very young, and he made a kind of a pass at me, and I go, I don't think so. And later, a few years, later, I did Star Trek, and he called me, and he says, oh, I'd like to take you, after we finished,
Okay.
I'd like to take you out to dinner. I said, I don't go out with married men. He goes, no, I'm going through divorce. Well, we went out, and all night long, all he did was talk about his wife and children.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I was his friend. He was crying on my shoulders. Yeah.
So how long you had a relationship with him?
I did for months,
Okay.
until I found out he's dating everybody else.
Oh.
Then I said, goodbye.
Captain.
Then I said, no, thank you. I'm a little old-fashioned that way, So, yeah, Star Trek was a lot of fun to work on. Yeah, great people.
What would be your highlight of your career, either actress or belly, or both? We'll do separately. Acting. What has been like the highlight for you? What's something that right now saying that to you? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is like maybe your favorite.
I did a movie called Goddess of Death, and I played totally different type. It was an actress, British, English actress, turn of a century. I had to wear those gorgeous gowns and hair and that thing. And that was a wonderful experience as far as film acting. So that comes to my mind right away.
And belly dancing, where's somewhere that you belly danced that you couldn't believe that you did? You were any particular place you belly danced that you were amazed? I'm doing this here.
Well, actually, I did some of it in Mexico, Mexico City, and I sang there on Siempre un Domingo, and I performed in a club. It was a hotel, and I danced and sang. So there was an event where they had lots and lots and lots of thousands of people where I performed, danced. So that was kind of a fun thing. It was different. It was in Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
Great people. I love Mexican people. I had so much fun in Mexico.
Well, I would love to talk to you longer, but you have to go dance. You have to get changed.
Yeah, I have to. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.